Guys, I'm at it. I'm just took a break, going back in. I have to morph the two abilities on the Templar. One of the major things, like I'm always trying to get better at PvP. I don't PvP usually quite often. Lately, I've just been PvPing so much more. A lot more lately than I typically have in the past. I don't know what it's about. Really like to get back into battleground play. Something I really like to enjoy as well. I think you know, coming in on a PvP is trying to understand your opponents better, understand the gameplay better, putting yourself in those unfamiliar or situations you typically would not be comfortable in. It's kind of the way to go for me personally. So I'm really looking forward to, just honing in and trying to get better at PvP. I don't think I'm as good as some of the PvPers, but once again, I don't think I'm bad either. I think I'm pretty good. I get the job done for whatever. Yo, Scrub, what's up, dude? Welcome to ESO Daily. Nice to see you, man. But yeah, definitely trying to work it, trying to hone in on it. A lot of builds I like, they work to what I design them for. They deal the damage I anticipate. Stamina play, still need to work on that. Really need to work on my stamina play a lot more versus Magicka. Mystic, damn, you're a busy man and loving all the streams. Great content to watch and learn a little. Can you please explain how scoring works in PvP? Hopefully you stream tomorrow if you're not busy. Yeah, definitely. Let me go ahead and go over how scoring works in PvP. Okay, so there's evaluation scores every hour. Now in Cyrodiil, you'll notice we have potential points of 70. You'll notice there's 9 keeps obtained, 2 outposts, 30 resources, okay, and then 2 scrolls. The biggest deal is what the potential point is for each faction for the hour. Now, if you control all your home keeps, so let's go to Cyrodiil map. Okay, let's go in here. Okay. Now, so we're taking a look at the Cyrodiil map. Big time deal on the scoring here is maintaining home keep position for bonus score. Okay, outposts have nothing to do with bonus score. Those are extra points added to the equation along with resources. But bonus scores are maintained by keep position. So for us, EP, for example, it's going to be our 2 back keeps, our choke point, which is Arius. It's going to also be Chowman, Blue Road, and each alliance has an outer keep to maintain, which ours is Dracolo. For Daggerfall Covenant, it's Dragonclaw, and for the Aldemary Dominion, it's Brindle. Okay, so long as you maintain those keeps, you get a bonus score at your evaluation. Now, if you can take your opponent's one of their keeps, they lose bonus score. So that's the big deal. Outside keeps are not priority until the last few minutes. So if it flips, you want to focus and try to push down your opponent past the point of the outpost, saving the last potential easy flip on Dracolo. Sometimes that gets a little, off track because people focus too much on the Zerg and then they don't pay attention. Now, backdooring becomes an issue too because a lot of people will bypass maybe one of these keeps to go straight for like a choke point. When a choke point's taken, it compromises the position. Now, another tactic a lot of AD players like to do, and they're really typically good at it, is typically backdoor these 2 keeps cutting off from spawn points. Now, if it's just off these players coming in, and you're not going to get gated unless you're choke point, but a lot of people will focus in on one of the keeps. What ends up happening, they'll take either Fargot or King's Crest, for example, focus in on trying to obtain it when you don't need that many forces, and thus giving up the choke point. When they do that, one of the gates are going to open. That's how you gate. That's how you successfully gate a faction without too many problems. So, once again, point score evaluation has to be done within the hour. So you have an hour on your faction to figure out, to obtain as many ticks, and resets. When it resets, all points are added to the final score. That's equivalent throughout the campaign's duration, which is in Vivac, it's 30 days. So we're on day 28, and this is the score as it sits. So, and then leaderboard positions is equivalent towards participation, based off of keeps and AP. Yeah, well, AP doesn't necessarily mean anything for your faction score. AP is more towards your personal position. Like right here on my Emperor, I'm not even ranked yet. I have not PvP'd on this tune since the beginning of this campaign. But AP goes towards your leaderboard position. So the more AP you gain throughout that campaign, the more it ups you. Though I wish they would do it different. Unfortunately, because there's AP farmers all day long. That's all they do. They live in Cyrodiil. I don't. I do not live in Cyrodiil 24/7. Plus, I can't stand PvPing on a tune too much. So if I continue PvPing, I like to switch up the flavor. Because some people will live and die by one or two characters. They live in there. I don't know how they do it, but they're badass at it. They're good for a reason. Personally, for me, though, I shoot my builds for what I'm trying to obtain and not be like, you know, squishy, whatever. I win. And a lot of people were like, oh, you're a scrub. Well, you know, that's fine. But, you know, I hit the top 10 and on the Battlegrounds opening week. You know, I think strategically. I know I'm going to die. I know there's going to be situations. We all die in PvP. Yeah, everybody dies. Question of it is, you know, how familiar are you with the class? What strengths and weaknesses does each class and build offer? It's going to be different depending on your layout or what you're trying to do. Heavy armor, light armor, medium armor. If you're wearing heavy, do you need as many shields as you would typically on a light armor wear? How do you offset that build with the, you know, the configuration? It differs, man, every time. Every time. But yeah, that's how the points are, you know, set up. And to me, this is what it's about. This is what I play for. I don't play tower farming crap. I don't like that. I hate tower farming. I don't like the idea of it. I will never do it. I will never bridge farm. I will never do that. I play to the campaign. At the end of the day, I only have one agenda on my mind. I'm trying to get my alliance the win. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm there, you know, offering support, damage, heal, tanking. If I'm on a tank, I lead up the Zerg, take the front point. If I'm healing, sometimes for some god-awful reason, I'm on the front line as a healer. So with the new build that I did, I built a more support build. So it does the heals, plus it has damaging effects. Works out nice. Plus it has a little bit of tankiness as a light armor wear. Worked out perfect for what I was trying to accomplish. So great stuff here. So this is my Reaper build I'm on. Definitely love this build a lot. Love this build. This is definitely set up more for, you know, dealing with, you know, defend, offensive, and against large Zerg encounters. So that's why I really like this build. Now, it's not as effective because I'm trading off one set for a proc set. Anytime you do that, you run the risk of lowering your DPS. Same thing with heavy armor. Heavy armor is great for survivability, but offers no DPS. But if you set up DPS, then you have no survivability. You have to find a happy medium. So, just really, you know, and I think that's the big thing about, you know, streaming. I would love, oh, they took it back. Okay, so they tried to backdoor it. They got snipped out. Okay. I'm going to go ahead. I'll transport there. Might as well not. If I don't need to run it, I won't. Take the quick travel. How's my pots look? 9. I need more pots. I really want to get in big battles. I love the big battles. Takes me back to DAOC, Dark Age of Camelot. Man, this game is so much like that in so many ways, and I love it. It's one of the things that drew me to this game. You know, the siege battles. I mean, It's just takes you back, and you're like, oh my god, this is so friggin' epic. And a lot of people were like, well, it kind of loses its flavor. Well, it depends on what you're trying to do. I mean, after a while, if you don't switch it up, it's going to get boring, man. That's why I'm always telling people, man, I personally, the way I keep looking at it, I look at it like this: how do I keep engaged? How do I keep from getting bored? You know, some people want to keep doing like trial content. Trial content's fun and challenging, and especially, you know, depending on your group and your configuration. But after you accomplish something, you know, if whatever you set out to do, I mean, what is there left? You know, that's the thing. And then people are like, well, I'm bored. I've done the content. Well, on how many tunes? I mean, on what builds? How'd you configure your build? You know, did you try something a little different? You know, speed it up, twist it up. Don't wait for content creators to tell you something. I encourage players to try something, you know? Try it. You know, that's the best thing. The content creators are testing it, putting it in play, but that doesn't limit you from doing it, you know? Doesn't stop you from trying it out. Like, one of the reasons I'm never going to say I'm like the best PvPer, because I'm not. I don't PvP all day. Yet there's players in here, that's all they do. They don't even do PvE content much. I mean, they will just to get it done and get it over with, but most of the time, this is where they live. And I'm starting to understand why PvPers PvP as much. I'm a PvPer too, but not on that level. Hardcast. Got him up. Come on, man. Really? Tanky little bastard, aren't you? I mean, this is what it's about. Like, I love people when they call people Zerglings. That makes no sense to me, because if anybody watches my live stream, they're all in groups, all of them. Like, they're not solo playing. They're not. Like, a lot of them don't really roll solo. Like, even if I'm solo playing, I'm playing to the conflict. That's what the game's designed to be, you know? It's like, okay, I mean, what's your objective? You know? I'm here to, you know, help take a keep. Hopefully bump into a large party and fucking get a vicious death procced up when I can. Like, a lot of Circs don't use Twilight Matriarch, you know, they use that, you know, Dark Exchange. You're out. Oh, what? They're still coming in. I definitely play on Sorc a lot more. Ran support, ran heals on Sorc, ran like a tank hybrid build. I'm making a new one, really looking forward to it. Okay. So what's going on? Can't see it. Okay, let me check out the comment real quick. If it updates, jeez. I swear this thing is like so whatever. It's just like what the heck. But I really wish like a couple of my fellow players or whatever content creators would stream. You know, somebody had like, oh, you're a scrub player. And I'm like, okay, sure, why not? And all of a sudden, though, I'm like, you know, do you stream? No. Okay, so you don't. And okay, so you have a lot to judge me off of based on whatever. And then on top of it, they're like, he starts referencing other players that are on my friends list, like some of the damn good PvPers, and I'm like, okay, you're aware that, you know, I'm friends with like some of these players you named off, right? And I do acknowledge their skills, and they live in PvP, and yet, you know, I know them. I have to face off on them all the time. They would tell you I don't shy away from a fight ever. I'm not afraid of dying. What it kills you in this game makes you stronger. Don't be afraid. If something doesn't work, go back to the drawing board. You know, you might find something that works for you that didn't work if you followed somebody else's example. Just the way it goes. That's why I'm telling people, don't ever say one thing specifically said. Okay. Might be nesting them. They've been kind of farming over here a little bit tonight. Because I see triples. Didn't even have to do nothing. Okay. Gotta pay attention to swords and everything else that's going down. It's Gooch! Not catching me like that, Gooch. Oh, nice! I'm drained complete. What the fuck? I was completely drained. Oh, nice. That dude is badass. That's Gooch. I'm sure everybody's known him, heard of him, whatever. He's a good player. I'll come back, Gooch. Don't you worry. Stay right there. Now, that dude, you cannot let get up on your team. He's running a Warden Bomber build. Using Vicious Death, using Shocks. Gets in close. Will CC people. Just bring him down. You cannot let that dude go. You cannot let him unchecked. So, a lot of times I go in. I'll do whatever it has to be done to, you know, get in his way. If it causes my death, so be it. I would rather have everybody take him out than let him go and kill an entire fucking siege with a bomb. He doesn't have any type of hiding. You know, he's pretty direct with his build. One of the offsets, everything's basically line of sight for him. Stay on the side of him, you can usually get him. Here's his crew, and he's about to wreck. Like I said. Okay. Nope. Too much. Nope. Just get past the birds. There's a lot coming. I'm not going to be able to take them all. Let's see if I can go ahead and at least disrupt a little bit. That's a lot. Let's see if I can get it. Up. Nope. They're going to let me. Alright, that's fine. It's kind of a perfect scenario, what I wanted. It's kind of a perfect scenario. Calling the reinforcement. Perfect. Ah, shit. Come on. Oh, come on, man. Just say Gooch. At least, yeah, everybody will be here. Everybody and their mother will show up for this. A lot of people are going to show up for this fight. That's all you have to say. Alright. It's going to be a big one. Keep them in the hill. Keep them in the hill. Stack them up. Don't let them get on top of you. Hit as many with the haunting curse as possible. Weave up a little bit. Don't let them get close. Kind of keep them together though. There it is. If they notice me, they will take me out. See dude over here, he's like, fuck that, Mystic. They'll try to stay beside me, you'll see him, Come on, just a little bit more. Right there, right there, right there now! Boom! Oh, vicious death! Eat it, bitches! They don't like it. It's fine. Come back. We're on it. We're on it. Keep them occupied. That's how we do it. Love these battles. Love it. Force their res. They're going to set up a tent. We just want to force their reses. Declaw? I don't think so. They're bud. Not on this. It's a lot of AP right here at the moment. Let's go. One nice little vicious death. Tell people what's up. Get this push. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Keep them together. Keep them together. Keep them together. Keep them. Keep them. Keep them. Keep them. Keep them. Keep them. A little bit more. A little bit more now. Bubble out. Zerg versus Zerg. Now. Vicious. Nope. I got ya. I got ya. Where you guys going at? Looks like Ness and them are up ahead. Might be those guys. Watch out for the Night Blades. Fucking, I could have swore my hands were fucking purple on that. Okay. Surgeon. Trying to backdoor it. Woo! Nice. Love it. Go down here, go to the lumber mill real quick. Watch out, triple swords. Always bad. Always, always bad. So we need to get Surgeon. .3 on the defend. Nice. That's another thing about defends, right? So kills will have a diminishing rate to it. Come on.
I need aid.
There's a yellow. Bye. Nice. Yeah, you know, once again, we're gonna call me trash, whatever, 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 and whatever. Coming down their throats. At this point, I want them to cap it. It's worth more on the retake. We're far from a vow. I'll do the retake rather than defend at this point. Hey, guys. Okay. Sure. I'm in for this one. Heal. Okay. Don't worry. Didn't forget about you there, bud. Hate bridge farmers, tower farmers, scrub players. You're asking to get Zerg down. You're asking for it. That's why I think they're scrub. I'm not debating their skills. I think it's stupid. Defending a bridge, keeping them, you know, bridge fight, okay, one thing. Posting up in a tower, waiting to gank players and just stay there the entire fucking day. Okay. Whatever. Each their own, to each their own. Yeah, sweet. Retake. Love these battles, that's why I'm here. Get me the fuck off. Take that back. Say hello. Don't worry. Gonna do a little healing for my team. Tank, just weave. Set the dots and weave it up. Come on. Can get the crit. Yeah, I need to weave. Thank you. Keep standing there. Now. That might be the death of me. No! Damn it! Keep them pushing. Do not... this is where I don't care if I die. Because I'd rather have these guys up here than coming down and trying to bomb on the take. So I always rush to the top. Sometimes I live, sometimes I die. Either way, look. Nobody gets in on them. That's kind of where I want to be at. He'll get me up. Thank you. I think that was ancient. That was pretty cool. Just that. Okay. Thank you, Ancient. Ancient's been doing a really hell of a job leading the pack tonight. Doing a really damn good job. Killer job. Gotta love it. Mystic, I'm working on a Stam DK. Oh, nice. Congrats, Storm. Vicious death is filth, but so enjoyable to watch when it comes to the back of a shooting star. I love it. I love it. Yeah, right. Squiddy, die. Die. Yeah, I do. I do die. You know, everybody does. I will. They love chasing me too. They love it. You know, I'm glad. You know, for a scrub player, I get chased down quite a bit. And I mean, it's not literally, I get focused on like really bad. And I'm like, why do I am a sucky player. Like somebody in my own alliance was like, I'm like, some DC coming into chat and they're like, good, kill the Mystic. And I'm like, what? What is that? What is that? Like, what is that? That's so crap. That's so bogus. It's so bullshit. Kill the Mystic. Jeez, Mateezas. Such hate. Such hate. I do get along with a lot of players, though. I just don't group because I don't like some players' tactics. I don't want, you know, there's a lot of alpha male attitudes in group play, and I'm better off not grouping with players a lot. Just the way it is for me. You always have a person wants to do one thing, you want to do another. Yeah. Bump heads, I don't like that. Too much. This may be an unusually long load time. If I get cut here, guys, I apologize. We will see. It's not unusual. I wish it was. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Jeez, Mateezas, come on. This feed might come to an end if I get booted. We'll see. We'll see. It's either going to kick me or it's not. If I shut down the program, which I typically will do and reopen, it'll cut the stream. So the game on a console, the game app has to be running, well, at least on PlayStation. It has to be running. This sucks. They're working on the pipeline. I hope they fixed it. It was definitely noticeable. The new pipeline was definitely noticeable when it was in on as far as lag. Problem of it is the endless load screens were just crazy. They're working on resolving the issue. So hopefully they put it through a couple more tests, internalize it, stress, do stress tests, get it worked out. And they put it in here, we won't have these problems as much. Whew. At least it would boot me out by now, you would think. So I'd be at the load screen. That would be awesome. Come on. It's maybe an unusually long load time. Jeez. Come on. Just boot it out. Wow. Come on. Come on. A little bit more. A little bit more. I'm dead in the water at the moment. Alright. I'm about to I don't even know. I just want this to close. At least close the app. After so many tries, it should just close it. Shit. Why do you gate people? Why do they gate? They gate for the scroll. To obtain the defense or offensive scrolls. So, at one time, I guess, now, from my understanding, like, Emperor had something to do with, like, obtaining scrolls. Like, the Emperor, like, obtaining Emperor was set up different, I believe, back in the day. I don't know. I was not here when that was implemented. Inner Circle determines Emperor. So when you go to Emperor, it'll tell you which keeps you need to obtain to get your Emperor C. Why you hate people who 1vx autocorrect? Oh, 1vx? I don't hate people who 1vx. I hate cherry pickers. Cherry pickers are people who will 1vx players that are learning, right? So what they do is they basically make themselves look good, and they act like they don't die, right? But even Cypher, whose streams has shown like, oh, I die, but he 1vx's quite a bit. He's a legend. Cypher PK is a legend in Elder Scrolls PvP, but even he dies. We all die. That's my point. So when people put out vids or exposure videos or 1vx's and they make it look like they're all that, I'm like, they're skilled, but they're not showing, like, people don't think like that's consistent. And as skilled as a player is, I assure everybody dies. Hey Panther, what's up? I'm on a load screen. I'm trying to wait to see if the game shuts down so I can reopen it so I don't lose my feed. But no, I don't hate them. I'm actually friends with a lot of players. A lot of the really good players on this platform, top players on this platform, I'm really cool with. I will go head to head. They PvP way more than I do, so they're really good. They're way beyond exceptional, and a lot of them have their own YouTube. The only thing I hate is exposure videos. It's grimy, it's nasty. That it doesn't prove that you're without death. Everybody fucking dies. Everybody. Not the loading screen of death. It is the loading screen of death. Ugh. And I'm sitting here like incapable of doing anything. I'm waiting for this game to resolve itself and it like either shut it down, give me a 308 error, or load me in something. But it hasn't. as of yet. Usually it'll just whatever. But no, pay. I definitely don't hate people who 1vx. That's not my issue. My issue is like, okay, are you if you if like for example, if you tower farm, right? And you die and you say, "Oh, I got zerged down." What the fuck do you think is going to happen? You're in a fucking tower. I heard you're beast AF on Stam Warden. On Stam Warden, I'm okay. You know, I've played I play Stam Warden. I like the Stam Warden. Like, dude, like I love the Stam Warden. Like I'm really liking the Stam Warden. My major thing is trying to figure out like a kind of a different configuration, because I feel like as good as the Stam Warden is, I always feel like each class has so much limitations. I'm like, man, I want something a little more like, you know, different, you know, like I wish it could be different at times, you know. I like Stam Warden though. Love it. Love Stam Warden, man. Love it. I will go ahead and yeah, I love playing on Stam Warden at the moment. Quick question, just off the top of your head, how would you run a support build on the Warden like you do on the Templar? Okay, like if I want to do like what I'm doing currently on the Templar, I kind of go with the same premise anytime I run support build. If I'm running a support build, I keep one side to like supports, except Sorks. Sorks is a little different, but I keep one side support, the other side offensive. So it's same principle. So Warden, resto side, you're going to run like your heals, right? However, you're going to run utility and heals. On the other side, you can run like your ranged attacks. So you can go ahead and use ranged attacks on like your dual wield side or your Inferno staff if it's single target. So it's all going to be different. So you don't have to like say you want no monster proc, right? But you're going double stack consistent, right? So you're able to run a Resto Destro with no monster proc, everything primary base, run single target on Inferno, keeping up a nice little weave proc, and then you can run supports on the back end with the Resto side with your heals and stuff. So it gives you self-sustain heals, that gives you your support abilities and your buffs from utilities on it. You don't need the inner light on that bar, but you use the inner light on your primary offensive bar for the extra boost into the crit bonus. So that's how I would run it. So that's what I like to do anyways. That's just my take on it. Would you take the Defile morph of Seeds or the healing on command? I would take the Defile in PvP every day, all day. Debuff is just a must. You know, if the Defile in PvP is just ridiculous. Like, I mean, really, once you defile a target, man, seriously, they start going down. Especially, like, a lot of these builds, man. Stamina players these days are struggling because of survivability. So a lot of them are going heavy plate. You can't blame them on that. You can't. You know, it's a whole different beast now. So all of a sudden, you need a way to debuff that target, either with said poison or ability to either, you know, apply the defile. Also, fracture comes into play. How am I getting a fracture and breach? You know, that's why group play is so crucial in PvP. Like, a lot of people take away from group play, but they forget group play has its points because it increases the, you know, the play style. If everybody's running their shit correct and debuffs are being applied, people are getting fractured, people are getting breached, all of a sudden it makes a world of a difference, right? Then, or major fracture, major breach, then you add defile to that, then add maim, things like that. Oh my god, so much of a difference, man. I mean, seriously, sets how you work in group play. So I enjoy the group play in this game tremendously, and I still can't believe this hasn't like resolved. All right, guys, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna cut this feed. I will reopen the feed because I gotta shut down the game. It's gonna cut the feed. It's just unfortunate. I will be back though. Give me like 2 minutes, and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm gonna cut the feed. We'll restart it. I ran your Unbearable Assault build and the new Templar build. I'm loving them. Love logging on to see your new builds. Really great work. Thank you, Panther. I appreciate that. You know, like I said, I build specifically for what I'm trying to accomplish in PvP. I don't ever say they're like the most of this or the most of that. I just get something in mind. Okay, hey, wait, I'm going to set it up this way so I have this type of effect. Like, you can push out a lot of damage, but the problem of it is, now what are you going to do when you don't have survivability, sustains? And I look at the whole package like, okay, I need to deal damage, but I need sustain. You know, how am I going to do that? That's what I push for. That's how I play. Hey, Rock, what's up? I'm on the endless load screen, Rock. I'm going to have to shut down the app because it's going to cut my feed and reopen it. I was hoping to get a 308 error. This way it would go ahead and log in again, but unfortunately, that's not happening. So if I do this real quick, I should still reload into Cyrodiil. So I'm going to cut the feed and reopen it. I'll be right back. So just stay tuned, guys, and I will be right back. All right.